Willow.
This is where JD goes. Hey JD, how you doing? So Usha's busy this weekend, huh?
There you go. Maybe we just need to get a little closer.
We just need to be like,
what's going on?
Well, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yeah. You thought you'd get rid of us, but we are now on our 4th episode and we're still here. You're not going to get rid of us that easily.
I was going to say, I don't know. You might want to get checked for your sanity because you're back.
If you're still watching. It's just our moms watching at this point. Our moms and us. My husband watches.
I don't know why, but like immediately it flashed in my face like teenagers in a basement, like that 70s show, like just down there.
Yeah.
Hanging out.
And just talking and thinking the world's
it's
listening.
just our moms.
Yeah, it's just our moms. And my husband just, humors me and listens to it, I'm pretty sure. He's like, okay, yeah.
What was that?
I think somebody just fell down the stairs.
Should we check?
Nah. You got a lot of family members. There's extras. It's fine.
Somebody will holler if we need to call an ambulance.
Yeah. So anyway.
Welcome back.
Yeah, we're here.
I guess I'm Catrina.
I'm Julie.
And here we are. Yeah. Besties with no boundaries.
Two besties with no boundaries. We're
really never get it right. Two besties, no boundaries.
We're still struggling with that name. I don't know why.
I think it's because we always get stuck on the boundaries and we forget that, it's two besties.
We have no boundaries, but we can't remember that there's two of us that are besties.
No.
Anyway.
For sure. So.
Yeah. We didn't really talk about in our last one what we were going to talk about on this one.
No.
So it's just kind of a free-for-all.
No, I'm still trying to drink this.
So you told an embarrassing story about your accident on a walk. And I feel like
that's going to be this whole season.
I know. And so I remember when I was younger, my mom would do some embarrassing things. I'm like, oh my gosh, Mom, I can't believe it. And now I'm doing them.
Oh,
yes.
Like what?
So at the store the other day,
I'm like, I want you to point this out. So
I'm with my mom and we roll up to Safeway in Staten. I've never been to the Safeway. I just needed to get something and we were coming through. So I've never been to the Safeway. Gonna go in and get some coffee creamer or something, come back out. It's kind of raining. My mom's like, I'm not going in, just go in and I'll park somewhere. I didn't see where she was parked. She just dropped me off at the door. So I go in, I get my stuff, I come out and I see my mom has a white SUV. I see a white SUV. I go
for her car,
go in it. I get in the car, I turn. That is not my mom.
And wait, the car was unlocked?
The car was unlocked. A lady was sitting in the driver's seat. I opened the door. It was running too. So I figured, well, my mom's not going to turn off the car. So it's got to be my mom. I open the door. I sit down. I look at the lady. We both go, ah! Because we both just scared the crap out of ourselves. And my first thought was, this lady has stole my mom's car.
I'm in the wrong car.
So then I look around and there's like tan interior. My mom doesn't have tan interior. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So then I start explaining like word salad. Oh my gosh. My mom has a white car. This is why I just ran in. I've never been here.
Was she like an older lady?
No, she was my age. And we both just like really looked at each other for a long time. And I'm like, I am so very sorry. I thought you were my mom. And she's just like, oh.
So it's not like you were a younger person that could claim like, I
lost my family.
Yeah. No, you're like the same age as this lady. And she's thinking this lady is coming to Safeway with her mom as a passenger.
Yeah.
On a random Saturday or Sunday. Like,
yeah. And I was trying to use my humor to like get out of it. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I did this. Oh my gosh. Well, you have a really good story to tell someone when you get home now. And she's just like, okay.
Get the hell out of my car.
Just like, and then I look 2 cars down and there's my mom just sitting looking at her phone in the driver's seat of her car. So I go get in her car and I go, oh my gosh, Mom, you'll never guess. And did you see what I just did? She's like, no, I didn't see it at all. You did what?
She missed all of that gold.
She missed all of it. And then she made fun of me for like ever. And I was like, I don't care. I don't go here. I don't belong here. Nobody knows me here. And my mom's like, yeah. My mom said the same thing. She's going to go home and tell her husband, like, this lady got in my car. And I'm like, yeah, I tried making that joke and she didn't.
She was like, just get out of my car, you crazy lady.
And so like now when I lay awake at bed at night at 2 a.m., my brain likes to pull up embarrassing things. It pulls that up now and goes, remember when you sat in that lady's car?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well,
so now I'm old and senile and can't tell a Toyota RAV4 from a Ford Edge. It was white. It was running. I got in.
Well, I think I think that we tend to do things sometimes. I don't know. I don't know that I've ever done that before.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of
Check that
people,
box.
like when I first bought my car, there was a lot of people that there was not very many out there. And now there's like a whole bunch of them.
Of your car.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I don't know if I've ever done that fully.
Yeah.
That might be a first for
Yeah, that was something right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's my somewhat recent embarrassing thing. My mom never lets me, not going to let me live it down because I don't let her
Probably
live
not.
down embarrassing things that happen to her. So there we go.
Yes. No, I know. It's a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
We did not though. We should have had the girls pick our next topic
I
because
know.
God knows what they would have came up with.
I know. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that episode could have gone on for like hours.
Oh yeah.
Hours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And they actually told some tame Aunt Julie stories. I was
I know.
expecting like, oh gosh, we're gonna have to edit this.
You know,
No, it was tame.
if we're gonna talk about stories for a second, remember you're gonna die laughing when I start this one. You remember the summer that we went floating down the Santiam?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Oh, and this was only like
I want to say I had just
I feel like it was like 8 years ago.
I
Now.
was gonna
It
say I
seems
want to
like
say
it
it was
wasn't
like
that long,
2016 or something
yeah.
because my husband and I were together but not married.
Yeah. So we've always wanted to float the river in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say that I had already done it once before, but you hadn't been with me.
No.
But this time you were going to be with us. And so Dwayne made sure that we had our own raft. We were going to float on our own. We had our own, what do they call them? Oars, rows, whatever the hell
Oars.
those things are. Yeah, oars.
You row with an oar.
Yeah.
But,
whatever, those sticks that you put in the water.
Mm-hmm. We're not professionals.
Yeah. But it was like the group we were with, what was there, like 12 of us? Because remember, it was all.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because there was
There's
kids
two
there.
different families, and then me, you, and Dwayne. Because we didn't take the girls or anything.
Mm-mm.
But Dwayne had the, I was going to say canoe. It was not a canoe, and it was not a kayak. It was his thing for fishing, remember? And it like sat up like pontoon boat.
Yeah, it looked like a little, like.
So he had that, but then he gave us the like Weimar raft.
Yeah, and it was a raft where you're not really in the water; you're above the water.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. So because it was cold water.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was like I feel like it was like July or August.
It was July, I think.
Yeah,
yeah.
So we went. We had some big expectations of this float because it was going to be fun, right? I don't know whose smart idea it was to tie the beer raft to us.
The cooler raft.
Yeah, remember it was like that little,
and we were in the back. That's why I'm like, why are we?
Yeah, so they all get in and they all take off, right? Like everybody takes off, but everybody has their like single.
They know what they're doing.
They all got a single tube, and here's me and you together. What nobody really thought of, which I feel like we still get caught in this sometimes, is that me and Julie, we're used to always being together, but we don't operate well when it comes to machinery.
No, we're not. Like, I think I've said that before. We're not trusted with tools. Like if I have to use a drill, my husband's like, I'll do it.
Yeah. So they put us in this raft and sent us on our way. I mean, we were like barely in the river at Bates Bridge, and we were already like spinning and floating.
Well, that one whirlpool, right, when you get in. Yeah.
And you've got one side and I've got the other, and we're trying to like.
And then Dwayne's yelling at us like, row, because we're going to run into the edge of the bank. And he's like, row away. And so you're like rowing towards. I'm like, no, you have to turn the paddle. So then he like.
Nobody gave us we should have had like boating instructions before we went.
We didn't. This isn't a thing we did in California.
No,
like, you didn't.
God, you didn't float down the Merced River. Ugh.
No, or Bear Creek.
You probably find
people poop in there.
At least
if they didn't then, they do now.
You'd probably find that, or dead bodies, or
or
needles.
I think Bear Creek is
condoms,
empty. Actually, isn't Bear Creek empty?
Well, last time I went, I thought it had water.
If you live in Merced,
let us know.
Let us know in the comments if Bear Creek has water in it.
Yeah,
I don't think it does.
At one point during this whole rafting trip, because it was epic. It was epic. At the moment, it didn't feel like it, but looking back, it was a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. Do you remember we had to like get to the shore because everybody was stopping because they all needed to go to the bathroom and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
And like everybody's already on the shore and they're like, just row.
Yeah.
Pull it forward. Like they're trying to like like encourage us to get there. And I think at one point I was like, oh, screw it. We'll meet you at the other end at this point. I don't know what to tell you guys.
I was too embarrassed to go out on shore and like
Go
pee with
pee.
everyone else. So you know what I did? When I jumped out of the water to like bring the raft towards the bank, I was peeing then.
I thought you were going to say you peed in the boat because remember?
No,
we had the Gatorade bottle.
Yeah,
and we
the
had
boat
to
was
keep trying to
floating.
get the water out. And
Yeah,
everybody
no,
was
I peed in the water.
So halfway through that whole thing, Dwayne ended up tying us to his pontoon boat
because we couldn't be trusted with oars. And he also stole one of our oars.
I actually think they really were just worried about the beer. It wasn't us.
Oh, yeah.
It was the beer.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's why we had all the cans in with us.
Yeah, they kept throwing all the used cans in our raft too.
Yeah.
So then we get to our truck. Do you remember? We had everybody coming over to our house for the barbecue after.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and we had to go by Walmart. Wasn't it Walmart? And
and I
had
had
no clothes.
I had no pants.
So she legit walked through Walmart in her
tankini.
her little tankini thing. Yeah. Oh my gosh, the looks on people's faces.
Thank God I don't go here anymore. Like I don't live in this area anymore. Thank God.
It was very entertaining though.
Yeah, and we bought a kiddie pool.
Oh yes.
And we took it home and filled it with the hose because we were very sunburned.
But I lived in the country and it was on a well. So
and it was really cold. And we sat in it and thought we were going to die.
You kept yelling at me and telling me you just had to get your pookie.
You got to get your bits wet.
You got to get your bits wet.
Yeah, it's really hard to get when you get in a pool and it's cold. The business ends are really hard to get cold. So, yeah.
Yeah. So anyways.
So we're not allowed. I don't think we've floated since then. It's like, I'm not going with you guys again.
No. I feel like we've been in bodies of water, but it's been like your pool.
Yeah. I think this is a good segue into like something I've been thinking about recently. So like, obviously when we're out floating the river, you pictured that it was going to be super cool and we're going to really cool doing it. This is so much fun. Oh my gosh. They were going to, float the river, have some drinks, be cool, We're not cool. And I've realized that recently that like, no matter how hard I try, I'm not cool. I'm never going to be cool.
No.
I'm just not. I like.
You got to be cool in your own
outfit,
right.
And I'm like, I think this outfit looks really good. Like we talked about my shoes last time. And like, is this what the kids are wearing these days? I'm not cool. Like I just and you know what? I'm not a woman's woman. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you. I can like. So you're gonna laugh. So Julie knows my hair lady.
Oh yeah,
who's also one of my like best friends.
Yeah.
I always tell her when we're done with my hair, you got to put me on the books now because it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
If I like, I'll wait until like the last minute and be like, okay, I guess I got to come in.
Yeah, and forget.
I'm like the worst at keeping all that. But yeah, no, I'm with you. Like sometimes I go to the store and I think like, I probably should buy some new makeup. Haven't done that in a while.
Yeah.
And then I go to the aisle to look at it and I'm like, yeah, there's too many options. Never mind. This is why I don't buy it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like I said, I'm not a woman's woman. Like these women that I work with, they are like, they can put an outfit together and just like a thing on TikTok is, are you wearing the outfit or is the outfit wearing you? And I'm like, my clothes are wearing me, I think. I'm not really sure. And then I'm like, does this match? Does this go? I have no idea. Like, I had
an outfit on yesterday and I wish I would have taken a picture of it to show you. I thought I got dressed and I was like, you know what? I'm stepping outside my box. Yeah. I'm going to do something different. I tucked my shirt in.
The millennial tuck thing?
No, like all the way.
Oh man, I'm so scared to do that.
Oh, it was scary. And so then, I go to work and I'm like, you know how, have you ever seen the pictures where it's like you at 6 a.m. and then you at like 5 p.m.? And the 6 a.m. is like looking cute.
Yeah, your hair's all put together.
Yeah. And then at 5 a.m. you look like Gollum.
I'm proud of you for knowing who that is.
That's what it felt like. So then I had to drive home from work, right? Yeah. Which for me, on the days that I travel home from work, it's like, I think yesterday was 4 hours.
Yeah.
A drive. And so I got home. Sorry.
There's some yelling going on downstairs. I don't know. I think it's the TV.
I don't know. They're probably doing something down there. Anyways, I get home and I'm thinking this outfit is just, I was like, okay, I think this is cute.
I am wearing this outfit.
This is my outfit today. I get home and Dwayne was like, you get new pants? And I was like, yeah. He's like, they look really big on you, which I was kind of like, I think
That's
he's
the
paying me.
style.
I think he's paying me a compliment because I think he's trying to tell me I lost weight. But
Mhm.
at the same time, then I start to go like, I've been wearing all these all day. Maybe I should have
Yeah.
looked in the mirror.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, or sometimes, like, that's the thing, like, you'll think you look really good, and then you tell your husband, and they're like,
Yeah.
no."
Yeah.
And then you're wearing, like, sweatpants and their old T-shirt, and they're like, "Oh my god, you've never looked better." And you're like,
Oh,
"I haven't bathed in 3 days.
yeah.
My hair is dirty. I don't care about your hair." So,
I know.
yeah,
It's
so
a fun one.
yeah, and see, and you've got teenagers too, so, like,
Oh,
you have
they're
some good
like,
critics.
uh,
I don't. My
I
dog
don't know.
doesn't care what I wear.
It's true. They are good critics, but sometimes you got to have a really strong.
Yeah, you gotta be strong, yeah.
You got to be a little bit strong on the outside because they'll be like, "Oh, that is," and you're like, "Yeah, this is the outfit," and then they're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Like, I think it was your kids that told me because I was wearing the ankle socks with Nikes, and I thought, "That's cool. That's still cool, right?" That's not cool. You gotta have the tall socks with the Nikes, and I'm like, "I can't do that. I look like Miss Trudgebull from Matilda. I can't do that." I'm still trying it. I don't know. Just wearing it now.
"Yeah,
It's wearing me.
yeah,
Yeah. But
yeah."
yeah, I'm not one of those women that can just like throw things together and it works.
No,
No.
I would rather wear a hoodie and
Yeah.
boots every day
Yeah.
and just call it good. Like
Yeah.
yeah, it's probably why we live where it's cold the majority of the time.
Oh, yes. A good sweatshirt goes a long way, which we used to call a coat. When we lived in California, sweatshirts were coats. Then
Yeah.
I married an Oregonian man and he was like, "That's a sweatshirt. You need a coat." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? I'm wearing a coat." He's like, "What do you, no, go get your Carhartt. That's a coat."
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So now we have a whole new terminology we had to learn. But
Yeah. No, me
yeah,
too.
yeah, I don't know. Like I go shopping and I'm just like, I don't know if this is right or not.
Yeah.
And then you wear it and you're like, is anybody thinking I'm stupid?
You know, the thing that kind of drives me nuts, you're going to laugh at this, is, and I feel like we talk a lot about TikToks and things, but the other day I was trying to decompress and watch TikTok for like 10 minutes
Yeah.
before I fell asleep because typically that's how it works.
Yeah,
I fall asleep like literally with my,
that's when I do my
yeah.
TikToking too.
But you're going to laugh at this. Do you ever get mad? Like, so I'm watching some and they're like inspirational quotes or
Oh,
they're
yeah.
like stories or something.
Mhm.
And like they're like tugging at my heartstrings,
Mm.
right?
Mhm.
And the next thing you know, I'm on like the second one, and now I'm starting to get mad. Like, okay, listen, it is 9 o'clock at night, and I need to go to bed. I don't need to go to
Yeah.
bed wanting to cry.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and it's not just that; it's like things just even TV shows. I get like that.
Yeah.
I like get mad because I get emotional.
I know. That's why my husband makes fun of me, but that's why I watch the same like 90s sitcoms over and
Oh
over
yeah,
and over because I know what's going to happen. Maybe I am autistic. I think it's an autistic quality.
we were looking at something earlier, and you were. It was anyways, it was like a house, and we were looking at pictures,
Yeah.
and she goes, "Ooh, it's green. I'm autistic. I like green."
That's what TikTok told me. But yeah, I watch the same, they're my comfort shows.
Yeah.
I think Dwayne sent me a TikTok this week that said that like it was like time to decompress and watch my comfort show and it was like thank you for being a friend. Like, oh yeah. If I have a bad day or if I've had like I don't know why after surgery, I will binge watch all 7 seasons of Golden Girls because it makes me feel good.
I can't get into the Golden Girls. Even though we did the moo last.
Yeah.
Love the moo. Pretty sure Katie wore it all day. But
Yeah. Mhm.
yeah, I think that's I don't know. I just think it's one of those things that what about the video that I sent you? And I'm still trying to figure it out. And I don't know if you watched it or not, but it's with the what did they call it? It was like soul dancing or something. And it's the white Amish kids and they're like moving their feet
Oh yeah.
and they're like going
Yeah.
like and their top of their body doesn't move.
Yeah, but the bottom half is
It's
going
like that guy.
crazy.
It's like that guy that got famous that was doing the tip tapping. The tip tapping.
He's tip tapping.
What was the he was tap dancing.
Yeah.
Remember that? And he like
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
I can't figure it out. There's like a part of me that's a little bit like I can't even move my whole body.
No,
Like they've got their feet and they're just and
we could do a whole episode on us
anyways,
dancing. Really,
it's gonna sound really bad, but I swear some of them could be related to me because
yeah,
I mean we've never really talked about my family, but
yeah.
the Mennonite side of me wants to be like, that's probably Jeremiah from my cousin and
Jedediah. Yeah. Yeah, that goes back to the we're not cool. That's what we need to name this episode.
We're not cool.
And I mean, I feel like everyone to a certain extent feels that way.
But what do you do that is cool? What do you think you do that you I think you do some cool things.
I own a Lego store.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like, that's kind of my brag.
That's nerdy cool. I'm cool to nerds. But I couldn't walk up to these women that I'm talking about that know how to put an outfit together and be like, I have a lot of Lego at home. They'd be like, so do my kids, loser. I'd be like, okay.
I think it's cool. I think it's cool. I think you're I think that's like my you know how like you always have like party tricks or things? Yeah. I think that's like my best friend trick. I'm like, I have a best friend.
Yeah.
And she owns a Lego store and they're like, ooh. And I'm like, yeah, I know. It's so cool.
Yeah.
I got a friend that owns a Lego store.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, people, when they come in my house, they think we're really cool because in our living room, we both have our own TVs.
You sent me a picture.
We have 2 big TVs and 2 Xboxes, and we are gamers. So like, well, people will walk in and they're like, you guys fight over TV shows very often or something, we're pair guys that come or something. And it's like, no, we're gamers. And it's a lot easier if you each have your own console and your own,
It's kind of the concept of like having separate beds.
We're not that far yet. But yeah,
I could see why it would be beneficial for some.
Yeah. I mean, it is nice for TV too, because he'll watch, like, my husband really likes anime. And so I know I can't get into it. I love him, and he loves it. And that's great. And so he'll really watch that. And I'm over here like murder, 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 or Golden Girls.
You're like, who got murdered?
Oh yeah. Most I can talk back and forth on it. But yeah, so like, I would say that's cool. But again, that's still cool to nerdy people. They're,
Yeah, I don't think I do anything cool. I don't think I have anything cool. I Irish dip. I have perfected the Irish dip, and that's all I got.
I feel like, you keep bees. You have bees. When you told me about that hobby, that was a new 40. I'm 40. I need a new hobby. You have bees.
I think it got to almost 60 today. I haven't even gone to check on them. I don't even know if they're alive still. That's, I think, why I like the idea of keeping bees.
Dead, live. I got bees down. You got the box. It's just a box that could have bees in it.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully they're going to make it.
To me, that's cool. That's something I would never, even if, like you said, when you said, I'm going to keep bees, I'm like, cool. Yeah, sure you are. And you came, you're like, look at my hive, So I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. You know what? Actually, Mom and I were just talking today about something cool that you do that her and I do not do very well. So like, you will just by yourself get on a plane and go somewhere to work. I mean, you've flown for work or something like that to a place you don't know.
Isn't she the one that
you will go to a hotel that you don't know and figure things out, use public transit. My mom and I, are very small. I mean, you grew up in the same town as us, but small city.
I never thought about
no public transit. Like when I had to go to Portland that time and you just to jump on the Max, I'm like, I'm going to get raped. What are you talking about? I didn't get raped.
And she only had to go like, gosh, you only needed like 2 stops on the TriMet.
I mean, one stop to get you raped in PDX.
Okay, well, this was also like 10 years ago.
I was going to Coffee Fest either, too. But no, my mom and I were like, yeah, that's something Catrina does really well that I did. No.
I think she was the one that said something to me about that when I was, so my current job, I didn't start traveling a lot until more recently, but my job before that, I traveled like, gosh, I was gone one week a month. And
you're like, oh, I'm in Wyoming. Oh, I'm in Montana. I'm like, oh, I'm still on my couch.
It was when I came back from New Orleans for the SHRM conference.
Yeah.
I think she had said that because I was out there for the conference. And while I was there, me and a coworker had to fly to San Antonio to unfortunately like inform like, God, it was like 80 people that they might not have a job in a month. And then we had to fly back to New Orleans for the rest of the conference. And then I ended up staying because my niece met me.
Right.
And we were going to spend 5 days. And we literally spent 5 days just walking around the city. And I remember I came back and I had seen your mom like a week later and she was like, how was it? And I was telling her, I'm like, oh, we went and saw the cemetery and we did the French Quarter. I took her down Bourbon Street. We did all this stuff. And she was just like, you just walked around. And I was like, yeah, we just walked around and we Ubered. I rented like this little like Airbnb room in like the French Quarter. And she was just like she looked at me like she was a mate. And I was like, I don't know. For me, I guess I just don't see it because I'm like, why not? Like my mom does that. Yeah. Like it's just
my husband does. I mean, my husband's union. And so he takes jobs all over the place.
Yeah.
And so he starts new jobs. No big deal. He has no idea who his coworkers are. He's just, that terrifies me. Once I have a job, I love it. I'm going to keep it. I love everything there. Like,
but I think it goes with what we were talking about earlier about like we were talking about high school and having to start over again and how scary that would be. But I feel like because of our high school experience, I actually can do what I do now because when we started high school, we went from Merced schools to Outwater school.
Yeah.
And so we had gone from elementary and junior high in Merced
we only knew a handful of people
to then switch to Outwater High School. And when we did that, we had, you knew more than I did.
From 4-H and stuff.
Yeah, I only knew my brother,
and me.
Well, I knew, of course, I knew you. But I only knew my brother who was a senior. So it wasn't like I was
he was mean to us. Dale, if you're listening, you were mean to us. So we didn't hang out with you.
So it's not like we're going to hang out with him.
Yeah.
But I remember when I called him Dale across the quad that one time.
Oh, yeah.
And he like turned and gave me the like.
Acknowledged him. Yeah.
Like it was. And I was like, oh yeah, sorry. I forgot they call you something else here. So,
What did they call him?
Victor.
Oh, did they?
By his legal name.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he was mean to us. We were calling him Dale the whole time. I've never called him Victor.
But I feel like because of all of that and because I did that, I feel like I think that's when my give a fucks went away.
Gone.
They're just they were in that little teeny bag, like that big of like I just was like, okay, well, I don't necessarily this is gonna sound horrible. I don't necessarily need friends to be happy in life.
Welcome to Two Friends. Two Besties.
But no boundaries. I keep my circle very small.
I don't need nobody.
I keep it small and typically like we've talked about traveling with other couples.
Yeah, it doesn't
like we had
not
that
every
whole
couple you can travel
when we were in Bend that summer. Remember we had that whole conversation with the people that we were with too, that there are some people that you just don't travel with that because like me and Dwayne.
You're easy.
You're going to laugh. I was going to say me, Dwayne and Julie, but me and Dwayne are not agenda people. Like Dwayne is just like me. When we go to a new city, like I just want to explore. I don't need an agenda. I don't need I need to know where I need to be for the reason I'm there. Like if it's for like a sporting event or a work or something. But outside of that, like I went, that's another one. When I went to Atlanta one time for work. It was a year ago, actually, almost a year ago. I got there a day early because of the way the flights were coming out of Oregon. And I went to the Georgia Aquarium by myself and walked around. Do you remember me telling you about that?
Yeah.
And I had little kids like hanging on my legs. I didn't know who they just I was giving off mom vibes, I guess. But I just sat there and watched these giant like sea life swim and all by myself. And then I had dinner by myself and then went to the hotel.
Yeah. I mean, if I had to, I can do it, but like it's not something that sounds fun necessarily.
I think for me, it's just one of those things where like if I'm gonna be there, I want to at least experience it. So
yeah, I know. So like you said, traveling with people, and that's like a whole thing too. Like some people, like my husband and I, don't mind traveling with you guys at all because you're really easy.
Oh yeah, like that summer we went to the lake house.
Yeah. So traveling with low maintenance people is great. People that are like, that kind of just go with the flow. Like usually on a trip, there's something I really want to do. Like when we went to Bend, they all made fun of me because I wanted to go to the
High Desert Museum.
High Desert Museum. And you're like, oh yeah, we'll go. And they're all like, we'll stay here. I'm like, okay. I would have gone by myself.
I think it's because I think that most of the kids here go to it for like how we used to go to Yosemite.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Or San Francisco. I think that's why they were all like,
yeah. Well, yeah. And I love a good museum. I'm not cool. I love a good museum. And, I love learning things. And so I was like, oh yeah, I'm totally going to do that. So like, there are certain things that on a trip I'm going to want to do. But other than that, what do you guys want to eat? Oh, I don't know. I mean, whatever. Let's, I might plan a few things ahead of time. Like this place is really good. We got to try it or whatever. But traveling with people who just go with the flow, but people who like either want to change the plan or like they
need to set the plan.
Oh man. Oh, it's just exhausting. I'm like, my bed is calling at home. I'm going to go home now, so.
But I think that's why like our trip. So Dwayne was telling somebody the other day that I can't remember if it was you or not. We were talking about the trip to Bend and kind of how memorable it was when we went to go see Whiskey Myers.
Awesome. You ever get a chance to see Whiskey Myers? They're amazing.
And we had seen them at Hayden Home Amphitheater, so it was outside.
Yeah,
and
in the grass.
It was one of those trips where we literally were just going to see a concert, but it became the most memorable trip because we didn't really have plans, right? Like we were like, well, should we get dinner before the concert? And we're all like, yeah, sure, let's Uber it. So we Ubered in, and we had rented this house like outside of Bend.
Yeah.
And we just found a place to eat dinner, and then we went to the concert, and then
I'd never Ubered before, and you
really,
See, again, like you're just like, yeah, I'll Uber. I'm like, we Uber? We do.
Yeah.
In Eastern Oregon, we don't have Uber, so.
Okay, come on. If Astoria has an Uber, you got to have one.
No, I think Pendleton might have Uber now, but we do not. I think we just got DoorDash or something in Hermiston.
I was shocked when it said Astoria had an Uber.
Oh no,
one guy.
One guy. This Jim, he's our Uber. He's safe.
Lots of taxis, but not Uber.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyway, I think it was one of those trips where we literally had no plans, but it became kind of epic because we had no plans. We could just do what we wanted.
Sure. We could drive around.
We left the two guys on the back porch, like just
smoking meat.
Yeah, they were smoking meat and sitting on the porch, just BSing and napping. Mm-hmm. And then
we went and looked at all the
girls went and did other things.
Oh yeah, the other girls, they went to
lunch or something with somebody that they knew over there.
That's right. Yeah. And we went to go look at the bobcat at the High Desert Museum and the otters
and the birds.
Oh yeah.
The birds.
That is a really cool place. But yeah. So not everyone. So be careful when you make travel plans, especially now that you're 40. Like there's certain things on a travel plan I can't do because I'm over 40 now.
Well, I think that you need to know the type of people that you're traveling with, but most importantly, you need to know your travel, like profile,
right?
Like what you do, right? Like I can do a trip where there's an agenda. Like I can do it. Mm-hmm. Is it my preferred? Not normally.
Yeah.
But like, so as a family, we've been trying to plan a trip because Abby is graduating high school this year. Mm-hmm. And so we're trying to plan a trip. And I asked the family, like, okay, what is the requirements? Like, what do we want to do? And Abby was like, a beach, and it needs to be warm, and I'd like a pool.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
That's easy.
So we're going to go to a coastal place somewhere, right? Yeah. I've narrowed it down to Florida or Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
She really wants to go to Mexico. I think she just wants to go to Mexico, so she can say she did. But I'm like, it's not.
Gotta get some passports.
Well, that's what we took them this week to get their passports
cool.
done. But anyway, so I asked, okay, well, what do we want to do when we go? And all of them were like, we literally just want to go hang out at the beach all day. Like we don't need to go and do anything. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, because like Florida, they have which we're gonna miss it because it's the wrong time of year by the time we go. But in the winter or around this time of year, all the manatees come in.
Oh,
and go up the river, the Crystal River.
The sea cows.
Yeah, I really want to. I didn't know it's illegal to hug one.
You can't touch them. No.
Yeah, they come up and hug you, and I'm like, how do I not hug a manatee?
That's never been. I've never like seen a manatee and been like, or anything in the ocean and been like, I gotta hug this thing.
According to the TikTok videos,
you're not supposed to.
No, you're not supposed to. But it also looks like you really want to. Like this is why I can't watch it at 9:00 at night when I'm ready to go to bed.
You know, when I was in the water in Hawaii, I wasn't like
manatees.
No, they don't. But I wasn't like, I hope nothing swims up next to me that I'm gonna want to hug.
No, like they're there. Like there's videos of people on paddle boards and they come up and they like hold on to the paddle board. Like they're just so cute.
I've seen a manatee.
Oh, they're so cute. I really have.
I mean they're cool, but like I've never.
It's kind of like going to Pig Island. Have you ever heard of that? It's in the Bahamas, and they literally have like just wild pigs that live on this island, and people go out to see them, and they like feed them. And
no, I know nothing about
that
this.
one. Kind of scary. You can like swim with the pigs.
Swim with the pigs,
but
does that mean that you also swim with the pig poo?
That's so. What scares me is not just the pig poop, but like these are wild pigs, and if you know anything about boars, like they're not really. They don't look like boars. They actually look like your farm pigs.
Like potbelly kind of things, or
they're bigger, but like pigs eat humans if they get hungry enough.
Yeah,
like,
they'll eat each other.
Like they'd be like, "Oh, I didn't get a coconut today. I think I'm gonna take a bite out of this person's foot." Like that toe is looking really good.
Pigs eat coconuts, but
we're gonna have to research that one.
Yeah, the girls aren't here to Google for us, but
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
So, anyways,
manatees. Got it. No, I've never really wanted.
Maybe that's one of our girls' trips. You could watch me swim with manatees. You stay on the boat.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm gonna be in the boat. I'm good. Thank you.
But I think that like that for me,
Hmm.
I had to ask the family, like, what do you want to
Hmm.
do? Because I don't want to plan a trip and then to be like,
Yeah. That's like, okay, I love my mother dearly. She's my best friend besides you. So like there's three people in my life if I have something to tell them, it's they all three, my husband, my best friend, and my mom know it. So like
yeah,
if you think they don't know it, they do.
yeah,
So my mom, when we go on vacation, my mom wants to see everything.
oh
She wants
yeah,
to get her money's worth, which I understand.
which
I
I do
totally
too.
get it.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm not talking this down.
I just
Like,
think you got to like have your top 5 and then go after those top
well,
5.
she's going to Hawaii in the end of March
Oh, yeah,
with
that's right.
my stepdad, and they're going. And I told her, can you please at least schedule one day where you guys just chill?
Well, that's the thing. I don't want to
And
come back from
I know,
vacation and feel like I need a vacation.
I know. Because when we went to Hawaii, we were like up at 4 a.m.,
Oh
getting
no,
on the bus, going to look at
screw
the
that.
Arizona. The
Mm-mm.
stuff we did was really cool, but like you get home and you're like,
Yeah.
so like with the last time we went to Hawaii together, I was like, Mom, we're renting a cabana and we're gonna hang out on the beach for the day. It hurt her, but she did it. And then later she was like, yeah, that was kind of fun. A lot of people watching and stuff.
Oh yeah, there's
But
a lot of people watching
but
on
it's
the
hard for
beach.
her. She likes to get in the car and see every single thing and like do all that stuff, which that has a place. But also like after a while, you're like,
I
I
mean,
just need a
the
day to
best
sleep.
part when we went as a family to Maui was to sit at the beach and watch.
Oh, people watching
You're
is
gonna laugh.
amazing in Hawaii.
Watch the people at like about 3, maybe 4 o'clock walking across the beach that don't have shoes on
Mm-hmm.
because the sand is so damn hot
Hot.
and they don't even think about it and they just like because they run out and get into the ocean, but then you got to run back.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
now the sand is hotter.
Yep.
And so that was the best, like, it was the best thing to just sit there and watch them, like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
like, it's like
Mhm.
walking on hot coals.
Yeah. Yeah. When we went to Hawaii for my honeymoon, my husband had never swam in the ocean before because Oregon, you don't swim in the
You
ocean.
guys,
It's too cold.
your honeymoon was the same place we went.
Oh yeah,
We're in
Lahaina.
Lahaina.
Lahaina. Yeah. Great place.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he just loved, I couldn't get him out of the ocean.
Yeah.
We spent 2 whole days of our honeymoon on the beach because we rented a cabana both days. He wanted to swim in the ocean.
That was how
Okay.
Katie was. Like,
Yeah.
because once she got over the idea that, like, a shark wasn't going to come
Yeah.
into that close to the
You have
shore,
to just not think about it.
then
It's
she,
hard.
all of a sudden, we couldn't get her out. She's like, but she's my water baby. So
Yeah.
she's always in there.
I thought I was going to die on my honeymoon. Speaking of that, I thought I was going to die. We were in because waves will kind of sneak up on you sometimes if you're not like you're playing in the water and all of a sudden a bigger
yeah.
than normal wave comes.
Yeah.
So my husband's out there swimming and I had ran back up to do something and it was coming back out. And so I was just standing there. It's like a little gentle surf hitting my feet. So I'm just like walking out. Well, like at some point you start kind of sinking into the sand as it goes out.
Yeah.
Well, this bigger wave comes and I'm kind of like trying to get away from it. It comes, it goes over my head, drowns me. And I'm like, this is where I die. I had sand in crevices. I think there's probably still sand some places. There's sand in crevices of my body I didn't know I had. And I was like, my husband's watching the whole thing from out in the ocean. So he's like swimming up. I finally like crawl back up on the beach. This older couple, isn't trying to help me, but they're laughing at me in their little cabana.
I have to tell you the story about our experience then.
Oh, it was horrible. And so then we get back up and I'm like, there's sand in my nose. I'm trying to get it out of my nose. And I'm like,
oh, it's salt water.
Yeah. And you know how like you bite down, you can feel
Ugh.
Yeah. So I took a shower that night and there was just like my suit underneath.
Oh yeah. You brought a bunch of sand with you?
Yes. Oh, it was terrible. And my husband was like, I thought I was a goner. He goes, it was hilarious. He's out there laughing. He's like, I was just swimming to make sure you were okay, but it was hilarious.
So when it was our last day at the same beach because we stayed at the same place.
Mm-hmm.
We were out there and that last day we rented 2 cabanas because there's 4 of us and it's only like a 2-seater thing. So we rented 2 cabanas and I went out. It was almost towards the end of the day and I went out and where we both went is a big popular like wedding destination spot.
Yeah.
And so there was a big wedding that was happening and we had kind of like seen these people the whole time we had been there. Right. And then they had ended up, I think they got married like the day before. So this was like the last day that all their family was going to be there or something. And so Katie and Dwayne go out into the ocean and they're like snorkeling around, swimming around. And Katie was like, Mom, come. come out with us. Well, Abby, even though she wants to go to the beach and she wants to be near the water,
she's afraid of fish.
she doesn't get into the water.
No.
Like she rarely gets in the water. So I leave her at the cabana and I'm like walking out there and I'm with Katie and I'm like kind of probably where you were at. I'm like up to my waist in water, but I was sitting. I decided to kind of sit with my back to the waves and I'm kind of just watching people watching. And Katie swims over and we're chit-chatting and Dwayne's, I don't know, he's probably out in the Great Reef at this point.
Right.
Because he just swims everywhere. And all of a sudden I look over and there's these two older ladies and they're like walking up to the edge of the beach. Well, you can tell it's like mom and mother-in-law. Like they look like they're about the same age.
Oh, yeah.
And the whole, like there's like 20 people out there, this whole family. And like some of them are in the water and some of them are on the beach and like this whole thing. And so they get out and the same exact thing happened to these older ladies.
Oh, no.
They get too far and their feet sink in and then the wave comes. Well, it knocks them over.
Yep.
And you've seen the videos of the ladies trying to get out of like rafts.
Oh, yeah.
This is what it looked like.
Yeah.
It knocked them over. They're in the water, like with their like staring at the sky.
Yeah.
And the water's just keeps coming and they can't get up.
Yeah.
And they're like trying to crawl up and the whole family is dying laughing. It was like a 10-minute ordeal.
Oh, yeah.
And me and Katie are sitting there just, I couldn't help myself.
Yeah.
We were just dying laughing and they finally get out of the water and they're laughing. It was,
were they laughing or were they laughing?
Like because they were laughing, it was making it harder.
Making it worse, yeah.
And it was just, and of course the tide was like kind of coming in.
Yeah.
And so it was, so same kind of thing, but it was just two older ladies.
Yeah. I mean, once seawater goes over your head, you're like, that's it. I'm dying. I've watched a lot of episodes of Deadliest Catch. I'm never going to live through this.
Yeah.
You're just like, I'm over. And then it's like, I come up and I'm like, oh, those people are laughing at me. And I'm like, again, not cool.
Yeah.
That wasn't cool.
No.
Yeah. Like those videos you see, Baywatch and stuff.
No, but I'm with you when you like bite down. Like it doesn't matter when you're at the beach, like, and you get sand anywhere.
Oh, I like Q-tipped my ears later after I got a shower. There was sand. There was sand in so many places. It was horrible. It was horrible.
My gosh. Okay, we got to pick one card.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we went this whole time without even.
Yeah. They're just there for fun anyway.
What?
Oh, this is a not safe for work one.
Oh gosh, this is a good one. Okay. If we were all police officers.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm already laughing. If we were all police officers, who would be the dirty cop?
Ooh. Like on the take?
Oh.
I mean,
that's a good one.
I have such a bad conscience. Like if I do anything bad or I think is bad,
I feel like I'd be the I feel like out of the two of us, I'd be the dirty cop.
Maybe. Unless we're playing like good cop, bad cop, I'd be playing the bad cop. Listen here. Where were you on the night of March 25th?
I feel like I'd be
the other guy in the other room. He's talking. You better start talking too.
I feel like I'd be the dirty cop because I would like need to make friends with like the gangs.
Oh yeah, you did say you liked organized crime last time. I think you said that.
The mafia.
Yeah. You'd be like
going back to our stories about funerals. I've already told you.
Yeah.
I need like 6 Italian guys in some nice fine suits to carry my
for when you sleep
casket.
With the fishes.
Yeah, carry my casket to my final resting place to let me know that.
I feel like that's accurate.
Yeah.
Oh God, no.
Wait, what does it say?
Oh God.
Oh.
I don't want to go there.
Oh.
I can't. I'm sorry. I have some kind of. Who would most likely be turned on by bestiality? That's not quite as bad as what I just picked up.
I was gonna say, not me.
No. I love animals, but I don't love animals. Like I want to be an animal. No.
I would say neither one of us.
Neither one of us.
Do you know somebody that you think would be
into animals?
No, into
bestiality. Oh,
like in your whole life, have you ever known anybody?
I feel like we worked with some people that were that way. Yeah, that's a whole nother. You know what? That's a whole nother episode.
We need to have like a
toxic work.
Surviving a toxic workplace.
Yeah, because we both survived the same one. That would be a
good one. I feel like I've had a couple of toxic workplaces though. I think that's because I'm in HR.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it I get to see behind the scenes of what most employees don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good.
It'd be a hard
Yeah, some of those people were probably into that.
into that one.
Into that situation.
What are we gonna talk about next time?
I mean, there's that topic. There's also
Toxic workplaces.
Yeah. There's also more fun things to talk about that happen after 40. But yeah. I don't know. I think toxic work is fun. I worked for Starbucks for 10 years. I got tons of
Starbucks.
Starbies stories. Yeah, I don't know.
We'll
probably have something embarrassing happen between now and then. We'll have all new stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Never know. Right. Never really know.
Yeah.
All right.
To cut it off before Dwayne goes, you guys made a really long episode.
I know.
Sorry.
That's because we just keep talking.
Right.
He's supposed to edit it and cut it out.
I know.
But
Yeah, he wouldn't let me keep my microphone last time. I told him I liked my microphone. I was like,
I almost ordered you was the one, they have that one that's a really long.
Oh, and the speaker is in it? Yeah. I need one of those.
Yeah. Katie actually has one. I think I should go find it.
She would have one.
She would. She's mine. Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoy this.
Yes.
We're going to keep doing it even if you didn't.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Not gonna
too bad.
Yeah. We're here to stay, okay?
At least until we're done or Dwayne gets tired of doing this.
Yeah, we've been together for 36 years and not looking this off now. So.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So, all right. Cool. All right.
Bye.